So it is going to confirm, most likely there's going to be a Valentina Faramis trade here in our first opening game between Team Hack as well as RSGPH. Valentina will be picked up by Hack, but now the question stands, RSGPH, will they pick up the Faramis? And if they do,
PH want to go for here. We do still have the Beatrix if they want to prioritize that, or even the Cho, and even the Paquito, and the Akai. That's still left open as well.
We can see here RSGPH 2 heroes. What are they going to opt for? I feel like just go for the Faramis trade and perhaps a good hero. Yeah, you're right. They might pick up a marksman here early, but no, of course. Securing Martis early is gonna be the way here for Irad, and of course a hero potentially for Light. We saw Light on this show a couple of days ago, and boy, oh boy, it's just amazing.
This is huge, right? I mean, Irad on his power pick, who's the Martis, who is insane. With his stacks, he's able to have really high attack speed, and the attack speed can also convert onto damage, which makes him a really good prio hero in that jungle position. And of course, securing the hero for Light, definitely very scary, but that does kind of limit their flex potential unless this Martis goes into the EXP lane. That isn't too common. But in return, we do have a Leomord being picked up here for Team Hack as well as the Atlas. So they're going for full engage, full team fight with the Atlas being picked up. A lot of CC, very different to the Cho, who only has a one source CC.
Which is quite interesting, right? Because Martis, as we all know, has a lot of immunity, has a lot of disengage as well, and technically a lot of anti-CCs, but Team Hack responded with a very heavy crowd control within that Atlas. But RGPH, they do not matter, they do not care. They do not go for that Diggy insta pick. Actually, they go for the Claude pick, saying again, we're gonna go heavy, dive heavy as well with Cho, with Martis, and as well as Claude in the mid game. Oh, the team fight is gonna be very interesting.
It's gonna be nasty.
It is.
It's gonna be chaos.
Woo.
And it's interesting, right? Because Atlas actually does like dive-centric heroes, but of course, because of the Martis pickup, it's gonna be a little bit different, the dynamic. He's not gonna be the one getting caught out because he does have that anti-CC immunity coming through, but now we're gonna see and jump into the second phase as Iritel is gonna be the choice of ban here. Very interesting for that gold lane. How will Team Hack respond to this? Are they going to start prioritizing taking away that mid lane, perhaps?
I think they should go for the mid lane ban. The question is actually, do they want to waste a Diggy ban here? Because looking at RSGPH, actually might go for the Diggy, but then again,
but they picked up the Cho.
That's true, but it can be put in the EXP though, technically, so that's the question. But it seems like Team Hack, what they're saying, we're not too concerned of their Diggy, we are more concerned of that mid lane, so they are going to ban that heave out, limiting here Exort's hero growth.
So at this point, Exort is left with who? Lilia, Farsa,
and
Faramis.
Faramis, you're right.
Faramis is still open to pick up, but we'll see exactly what strategy that they have in store for us. RSG Philippines, are they going to ban away the Leslie this time around?
Ooh, you're right. Leslie is still up and available, and as we all know, that Claude is that Leslie is a counter towards that Claude, so last ban, they will commit on towards that Leslie. Makes sense? Two marksmen here, full committed on towards the marksman area.
Yeah, that leaves what? Beatrix. That's it, Beatrix. Lilia is the ban. We mentioned this. The next choice was either the Lilia or the Farsa and the Faramis. So they have limited his heroes, and now he's forced onto perhaps someone that we don't commonly see, unless they want to go for a Faramis. But with this composition, do you think it'll work? Because Faramis will force the team to kind of clump together, and that's exactly what the Atlas wants.
Maybe though, but if we're talking about mobility, Martis, Cho, and as well as Claude, they have a very high mobility and of course anti-CC, so against an Atlas, they might actually not be too worried. Again, Will they go for that fair miss is a very tough question here. Do they want to go for the pickoff? Do they want to go for the team fight here? But there you go. The answer, Julian will fill that mid lane position.
You're right, Julian. Why didn't we think of that? Okay, well, perhaps in MPLI we haven't seen too much of Julian. The last person to use it was Udil, and then he lost, but someone else used it and it actually worked out. So not a great win rate. It does work depending on the pilot, but against the composition that Team Hawk has actually brought to the table, do you think it might work out?
Looking at their composition, I gotta be honest, I think it actually might work out. Crowd control, that he brings, and of course the escapability that Julian has within his arsenal is actually might work, right? I mean, again, for an Atlas, it's gonna be so hard catching these four heroes here. Joe, a lot of anti-CC. Martis, Claude with that BMI, and Julian is also a hero that is very hard to catch. But Team Hack, they add another source of a tanky unit within that Masha, and of course that Beatrix to add more DPS and variety.
So who's gonna go into the ESP lane against someone like Masha?
Oh,
Uranus, Esme. Who works well? I mean, Masha is so tanky.
Masha is very tanky indeed, but their source of damage output in the mid game is okay. But there you go, the answer. Nats will play that Esmeralda in full dive.
We're gonna see, right? Because with full dive, they're gonna have a limited amount of range, and that actually might be a problem going against someone like the Atlas who has the Fatal Links, who actually prefers dive-heavy compositions.
Well, let's see here, right? The 10 heroes that has been drafted by their coaches. We'll see. Land of Dawn Game 1 between Team Hack and as well as RSGPH. Who will grab the first game? Who will strike first? As we are now waiting for the portal to enter the Land of Dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear your support in the live chat, in the live comments. Spam it below. With Land of Dawn, we go for Game 1.
Which composition do you guys favor more?
Yeah.
I think that's something that me and Gani would love to see in the live chat as well, as we're going straight into the first game. And as you can see, I mentioned it, right? I mentioned that we weren't going to see conventional picks in that jungle position, and non-conventional picks we see. Martis in the jungle as well as Leomord. And one thing that I'd like to note from the side of Team Hawk is the fact that they need to be able to snowball from that early game. I think that's one of the main derivatives and main winning condition for Team Hawk in order for this Leomord to have an impact when it comes down to the game, especially looking at the emblem that he's opted for.
Yeah, I mean, realizing that Leomord is going to be so hard to create an impact if he's behind, that should be the main objective, the main concern for the side of Team Hack. Now, we are now seeing a rotation here. Oh, Marta sneaky there, already invading the jungles of the side of Team Hack. So his pathing is quite unique.
Ooh, so aggressive here in the top lane. You can see that Lola is already going to be the main target. He gets caught kind of low, as it seems like they are going to be prioritizing that gold buff in that top side for Irad to take. But in terms of spells, we don't see anything too out of the box here. But one thing that I'd like to note, there is a sense of respect coming in from Kusei, as he has actually picked up that Purify emblem.
Kind of
spell.
Yeah, kind of forced, right? I mean, against an Atlas, you kind of have to put that Purify in, but then again, actually, Claude is a very a hard hero to catch, but he wants that extra security here in the gold lane. So now Tempo has quite gone down slow, but Turtle is up here. So we'll see here perhaps the first action.
Yeah, we can expect things to go a little bit crazy, but remember, Min has not reached level 4, so he doesn't have the Fatal Links coming into this next skirmish, as both of the teams are going to be dancing around this turtle. But oh my god, Light! He goes in once again for that combo, and First Blood is going to fall into his hands.
Oh my god, Irad picking up the kill, and now Lola trying to deal damage to the backside. Oh, Nats though, catching Min, and this might be disaster for Team Hawk. Two members retreating as Gary is struggling to find a steal. Irad will comfortably pick up the turtle. RSGPH, a very good exchange falls to their favor.
Yeah, unfortunately, RSGPH were able to get to that level 4 first, so they were in an advantageous spot when it came down to that turtle objective take. Meanwhile, Min wasn't able to do much without the Fatal Links, and that was one of the things that we needed to pay attention to into that early game. Whoever is able to reach that first level power spike is going to have an advantage in terms of that objective. And now you can see here with the aggression coming in from RSGPH, they are going to go very heavily onto this buff.
Phantom Stampede has been popped here. And with that bait, I read and exhort. Might go for an engage, man. Instantly deleted. Mindo catches 3 with that Fatal Links. Kusei here, there's not enough damage dealt. But now Panda finds a double. Nas flanking. Oh my god, this is massive. As now, take a look. Only one member left standing from the side of Team Hack. And that is Lola, 4-man down. RSGPH in the early game, stepping full throttle.
Ooh, this is what we expected, right? I mean, we were talking about the drafts and we said this is going to be chaotic, and we are receiving chaotic right now. And right now, Kusei not being able to deal that much damage because he hasn't reached that item power spike with the golden staff and the DHS as well. But he is going to be able to get a lot of gold in that shield, perhaps to help him out. I mean, right now, 2,000 gold lead for RSG Philippines. It doesn't seem like Team Hack is having too much of a good time.
Struggling here, Team Hack, early minutes. Minute number 4 already. Almost 3,000 gold behind. And take a look at Light, the new skin here. Well, if you want the Saint Seiya, should check it out as well. But again, back to the game. 10 seconds to the second Lord. RGPH, a comfortable lead established, so perhaps they are going to eye that Lord up. Team Hack, my expectation here, don't go over the force. They should just mirror it, perhaps top side.
It seems like they want to go for it, right? Min already opening up vision for his team, looking for that engage that he can. This is risky. Does seem like both of these teams have their ultimates up, so quite an equal exchange here.
Wow.
This is very interesting. Irad already going on Min here, trying to zone him away, but Team Hack, I think they're going to contest this.
Yeah. Please do note, Gary is 2 levels behind here. Phantom Stampede has been popped early. No real engages just yet. Yeah, that's a waste of ultimate there by Gary. Neutral objective will be secured by the side of RGPH once again with no compensation whatsoever.
It's difficult, right? Because the Martis in general has such a high clearing speed of those buffs, and he has a Demon Slayer as well. So he's gonna farm around and rotate way faster than Gary, who's actually opted for the Killing Spree emblem. And unfortunately, up until this point, he's only sitting at 0 kills. But here we go. Nats goes in for the ultimate onto Lola. Lola is still gonna be able to get out, but oh my god! Leiden goes for the play, and you can see he instantly gets taken down, and that's gonna be another pickoff for RSG Philippines. Don't give Cho to Light.
Man, Force is already to this guy's name, right? Looking very, very scary there. The flicker Jet Kendo lands, and bye-bye to Masha. RSGPH again showing that they are very comfortable taking the turret top side to add to that. Team Hack, they seem lost.
3,000 gold lead, a turret in the top side. It seems like RSG, they're looking for more. And on that note, Kusei's actually reached that power spike with the item that he has already secured, the golden staff, to increase that basic attack. But now you can see here already an engage happening once again as Min actually misses that Fatal Links. Light goes in for the top black side. Gary is going to be his target, still able to get away for now as Irad is able to do so much damage. Mon goes down first. You can see the Blazing Duet happening as well as he goes in for the backside Nax with a Falling Star Moon. Triple kill secured by Martis. And again, a 3-for-0 trade once again for RSG Philippines with a 5,000 gold lead.
A massive play erupts here in minute number 7. RSGPH picking up the triple. I read, what the heck is this guy on? The decimation, the skill placement was just so on point. And again, it just snowballs after snowballs. The neutral objective, the last turtle, will be claimed for the side of the Philippines.
This is looking so one-sided, right? Team Hack was betting so much on the Leomore to scale and snowball in that early game, but unfortunately, it's not possible. He's how many levels behind is he?
12 in comparison to 9.
3 levels behind. Wow, that's something else. And now Irad very, very comfortable here in a 2v1 situation.
Oh.
And he's still able to get away even with that damage coming in from Lola as well as Man.
One Broadwave Dragon connects on towards Min. Take a look at the Blazing Duet. It is huge, but he gets taken down there. Nods trying to find a kill, but it is going to be a 2-4-2. Min Panda goes down. Meanwhile, from side of RSG, it is going to be Light and Kusei. Let's take a look at the item builds here. Kusei has secured the Golden Staff and as well as DHS. And guess what? He is going to build another damage item there. Win of Nature perhaps next. But very behind on gold. 4,000 if you compare it to Irad, who has 7,000 on that jungler position.
Yeah, that's not great.
Wow.
And if we take a look at Panda, he's only been able to get that BOD in that early game. It's actually enough for that early damage, but into this point, it's a little lackluster, especially if Team RSGPH have started to build those physical defensive items.
It is going to be a very tough game here. It seems like for Team Hawk. What they need is RSG to make a blunder. It seems like here is what they're hoping for, which is quite, well, I guess a little bit impossible here. RSGPH already invading again the jungles of Team Hawk, claiming their jungles, and Team Hawk has 0 response.
Yeah, they need to look for a moment, right? And at this point, 2 people can make that moment work, right? You have the play not allowing any pickoffs to happen, and I feel like that's the only option that Team Hawk has. If they go for a full 5v5, they're just gonna push themselves into a bigger hole. As you can see, they're zoned away from their own buff. Look at the way Nas is controlling the jungle.
Min again giving information. Oh, Min to play an Irad collects the first Lord without contest here.
Min.
Oh my god, Kusei with the Blazing Duet. Nats though, quite low. Backs off. Irad here might be caught. Low HP with that skill. He is able to escape.
He gets out.
No casualties on the board.
He gets out. With so much damage protruding onto him, he's actually still able to get out. That is the insanity of Irad, of someone like a Martis who has just snowballed into the 10th minute of the game. 8-0-1 KDA. He hasn't been taken down once, and you can see how aggressive he's been playing. He goes in 1v4, he goes in 1v3. He doesn't care.
He does not care indeed. As Lola picks up the Twilight Armor, let's see, is it too late or not? Now, Lola, he's a Masha. Take a look at the damage output given by the side of RSGPH. With this Lord, I guess what they can take perhaps potentially is one base turret. While the tier 2 in the mid side will definitely fall. Team Hack still defense mode.
This is a 9,000 gold lead, Ronnie, and it seems like it's not going to go down anytime soon unless Team Hawk is able to capture a moment, look for a minor fault in RSG Philippines, perhaps positioning or overcommitment from their side. But look at this. They go back. They're playing super disciplined.
Yeah.
They see that they don't have any more waves crashing onto them and they don't want to overcommit into anything. And they are still able to just zone away the members of Team Hack really well. You can see that there is the focus onto the purple buff, but Gary luckily is still able to get that out. It seems like that retribution came in a little early, but he was still able to get that with his next attack.
Gotta say, RCPH, the chance for them to make a mistake is possible, but not probable. I mean, the goal deficit is just too high. Team Hack just zoned out here, could not do anything. And if we're talking about farm as well, they are way behind RCPH here. They know how to control the game. They know when to go full throttle, when to also go down on tempo.
Yeah, 1 to 2 approximately items behind Team Hawk from Team RSG Philippines, and that's going to make a huge difference as we are going to take a look at it. Wow, already so much damage coming in from Kusei, already with the Malefic Roar as well. So even if Team Hawk want to itemize for that physical defense, there is already the penetration coming in from that item.
Yeah, I mean, Kusei here already with a full build almost. DHS, Golden Staff, Wind of Nature, and an extra penetration from that Malefic Roar. Meanwhile, Panda still 2 items behind from full. Mindo here forced to build that Dominance Ice for Mouths. And it seems like otherwise they are way behind here. So Lord is now up. Let's see. Team Hack, will they contest this one or will they let it go?
Yeah, and you can see even from Man, he's forced to, but wait a minute, oh my god, Suppress is going to fall into the hands, but he's going to get down. X-Sword is going to be taken down, and this is a really good opening for Team Hawk right now. Light caught in a bad situation here, 5v1 member, he's going to be the next one to fall.
Oh my god, Crusade though, man gets down as well as Iron finding the double, and it's gonna be a clean house though by the beard to triple. Lola might be next. Manda gets taken down by Nats as Nats finds a double, and this is gonna be a triple kill by Nats. And RSG will go on top here in minute number 13. Can they end is the question. 9 seconds on the Atlas. I guess Team Hack, looking at their timers, they can breathe for a bit.
What? 2 members versus the world. I thought that was a perfect opening as X-Sword and Light, the main initiators, were taken down first. But the damage and sustainability coming in from Irad, as well as Nas, was able to do that much. And they turned that team fight around. That was a huge play for RSG. Philippines with a wiped out as well. Nas truly is a monster in that lane. Nats is going nuts.
Nats is going nuts indeed here, ladies and gentlemen, in our first game of Team Hack as well as RSGPH. It is a wild, wild game indeed as Irad is still deathless. He's unstoppable.
Man.
Now, you can see here already perhaps an opening here potentially. Nats giving damage on towards Min. Uh-oh, almost a sandwich play there. Team Hack still breathing for another day. But the base turret bot side actually will be taken down.
Yeah, Irad already has the Radiant Armor as well, so even if Man wants to put damage, he's not going to feel it. But look at this, Light goes in for a cancel onto his ultimate. Team Hack, they're trying to bring back the tempo here.
Oh my god, here 5v4 Min. Can they defend? Blazing duet towards the backside. Min insta deleted. Panda almost gets taken down, but Lola here will take a lot of damage, will not survive as well, as now Team Hawk, they are in trouble as RSGPH, they strike